Hey, man.
Yeah, that was my bad this week. I was chatting. I made us late.
Oh yeah, no. I like to take ownership for that because I relish in being the heel that forces all the listeners to wait. So, if you don't mind, um,
No, by all means.
um, yeah. Interestingly enough, we've got these all sorts of setups at our respective studios, and I've got you on one of my screens, and I had kind of our images in the bottom boxes, and you hit to start the show, and it gives us a little countdown, and it hit 3 and then disappeared. That's why you saw the panic. Hey man, I got to thank you. Something nice and shiny and gold came in the mail
Oh yeah.
with a little Z team on it.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was for you from the old LCS.
I
Fired it
gotta
off your
say,
way.
this card looks even better in person. I mean, it really pops in the right light. I've really
Yeah.
enjoyed and been spending a lot of time over the last like 3 days just
Well,
staring
okay.
at.
So before you start the show, did I tell you I had to like run across a parking lot and almost assaulted a USPS worker getting in her truck to get her that package? Did I
No,
tell you about that?
no,
So I put that thing in a bubble mailer, right? And I didn't have any cardboard, so I think I just sandwiched it with two mags, if I remember
you
correctly.
did. Yep, yep.
So the street that I moved on to, it's all new homes, and we got like the full like metal um mailbox for like the whole community. So there's like 30 people and there's only one slot to put outgoing mail. But
Yeah,
it's so thin that I couldn't get the mags in there.
yeah.
And so I'm driving around this damn city and there's like no blue mailboxes to deposit them in. And the only post office is like 20 miles or 20 minutes away from me.
Right.
Come to find out, that's where you get your passport. But also, if you don't show up with your birth certificate, you can't renew your passport. But that's a story for a different day. So I can't find one of these things. And I'm driving all around. And finally, I'm getting to the point where I am hangry. It's like lunchtime. I'm like, screw it. I have to stop. It's like a whole ordeal. I'm calling Sarah. I'm like, there's a Jimmy John's here. I'm going to go get a Jimmy John's. So I pull in the parking lot and I see a female post office worker getting into her cart, like coming out of a store. So I grab your package. I sprint across the parking lot. She's getting in. I'm like, hey, I'm really sorry. I think she thought I was coming after her.
Yeah, I would.
I'm like, this is really important. I've been looking everywhere. I need to send this card to my buddy. Can you please take it? The postage is already paid. And she just stares at me and she's like, you realize there's a drop box right behind the store.
Got him.
There's an Adam. Oh, it's a 101.
Boys and girls at home and kids in the gallery, let's go!
Hello, Packamaniacs, and welcome to another episode of Pack to the Future. I'm your host, Ricky, aka Mr. eBay. And I'm joined by my co-host and partner in crime, Dr. Chad.
Someone call for a doctor?
How you doing, Doc?
I'm good, but I'm also mad as hell. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Oh, we're going to get to it because we were supposed to get to it a minute ago and we didn't. Add that to the list. We've got an excellent show for you guys tonight. We're going to be discussing what to do when the hobby treats you wrong and how do you find ways to keep enjoying the hobby when you get some bad beats. We also have some insane hobby news coming out, big time updates for you. I'm super excited to discuss that. We also have some show business we've got to get taken care of.
Yeah,
We're going to get to all that and more. But before we do all that, Chad, do we have some show announcements?
Yeah, we'll keep these quick. We want to remind people that if you enjoy the content here at Pack to the Future podcast, we want to remind you that there are two other shows that you can listen to throughout the week. Card Talk with Mrs. Doc, where we'll update all new products and releases. You can see that on YouTube and get that on podcast form every Wednesday under the same show on podcast, but also some wrestling content. Now, hold on. If you're not a wrestling fan, hold on. I can assure you that if you were at all entertained by these two knuckleheads who show up, and you must be if you're listening to this point, that show is the best content we put out. And by we, I mean Ricky.
No,
It is fantastic. It comes out each and every Sunday night. We are trying to give away prizes for people who want to do some live trivia, but you got to be there with us on Sunday night over on YouTube. You can catch us there at 9 p.m. Eastern each and every Sunday night. And then that will follow in podcast form as well. That is Sunday night's main event. And we will be, I think, on week 6 or 7 of that coming up this Sunday.
We're cruising along, man. And, we got to talk about a week from Sunday is WrestleMania weekend.
Yes, it is.
And I will be riding solo. Mrs. eBay will be in Italy visiting one of our daughters.
Okay.
And so if we want to do, I don't want to go crazy, but if we want to do a show before Saturday nights and Sunday nights, I would. Or if we want to do
I got my dad coming up to visit that weekend, so we're gonna have to talk about it off air. So
let's talk about it off air. And maybe we don't do anything for it. Maybe, we use it as an off week. I'm open to any ideas.
We'll see.
It just shocked me that WrestleMania was so quick.
Oh yeah, it's right here. And just a little tangent with that. Ricky, I know you're not a drinker guy, but we went to this Mexican food restaurant last night. Yeah. They had a tower of margarita, entire tower. It's like 3 liters.
All right.
But where I'm going with this is I'm going to take my dad to go get that 3-liter of margarita. And, my dad's got the handlebar mustache and, he was a bodybuilder in a previous life. So maybe we go margarita, we get him a red bandana and a yellow shirt, and we get him on the podcast because we are going to be watching some WrestleMania. That's in our script, our agenda for the weekend.
I mean, I don't see why not. And if we want to do a little short recording out of it, I'm open. I'm open to having Papa Doc on the show.
Maybe Hulkamania's running wild again. I don't know.
Warrior and Hulk. Come on. Our boy Merle has joined us live.
Yeah, good evening. Yeah, interesting. He should show up. So that's announcement number 1. And please, if you do enjoy the content, make sure that if you're watching here on YouTube, click that thumbs up and subscribe. And if you're over on podcast, make sure to subscribe to the show so that you can catch this main podcast coming out each and every Saturday morning. God, we've been doing this for 18, 19 years straight. Missed just a couple of weeks. So
let's
keep that rolling. Yeah. All right, so that is announcements. Let's go on over to some business because we got a lot of business to take care of.
Okay.
First of which, we got to talk about eBay.
We got to talk about,
eBay winner of the month last month for our affiliate link, as you might recall, Mr. Kenny Benson. Congratulations to Kenny. He was awarded right in his lap a $25 gift card for using the eBay affiliate link, which was free to him at pttfpodcast.com.
I'll be really interested to hear what he spends it on.
He simply logged into eBay. He went to the website. He made a purchase within 24 hours. It was no extra cost to him, and it entered him into the show's contest. Had a lot of people reach out to me about their eBay affiliate link not working. Their card's not popping up, but that's the process you must follow.
Yes.
And Kenny, he reaches out. I see him typing a message. I go to pull it up. I'm like, oh, cool. He's going to tell me where to send the gift card. He's already got an idea of where he wants to spend that money. And he says, thanks, but no thanks. I'm punting.
No! You want this show to keep going?
No, they don't.
Clearly.
It's the thing that helps pay for our show fees, helps pay for our website. Is the eBay affiliate link and these funds. So yeah, he's punting him. So what that means, if you're new to the show, the $25 is not being spent, so it gets doubled. So the 25 goes to 50, and it goes into April's pool of additional $25 to make a total of $75 for a gift card that is going to be offered for April's affiliate link winner.
That was a bad rule decision on our part to double it and then add another 25. What were we thinking?
I don't know. Again, the process.
Our podcast will be over the next month.
It's true.
It will ruin us.
Yeah, we just won't show up. You'll have a blank screen. we'll play like the background video, the VHS that they find in the ring.
Yeah.
You'll go to tune in here on YouTube and you'll just see that video playing on loop. You'll all be cursed. And that's what you get.
Except
So
it'll be you climbing out of the well.
it will. That's where I'll need to be fishing for some extra dollars. Keep this thing afloat. Let me tell people once again how to participate in this. You go to eBay. You log into eBay. You go to pttfpodcast.com. In the upper right corner, you click sponsor affiliate links. You click on the eBay affiliate link. You shop in eBay as planned. You know, make your purchase, complete the purchase within 24 hours of clicking that link, and boom, it's going to show up. So let's go ahead and show the people who did this successfully over the past week and find ourselves a winner for week 1 of the Mega Prize.
Yes.
Hey, you know, why not? Here we go.
This is my favorite part, to see what people are buying.
WNBA hits the top spot, Ricky. Brianna Jones, True Gold. This is 25 Prism. God, number 1 of 10, too. That feels like a big deal card.
Yeah, that is a big boy card for sure. I loved seeing all the WNBA in here.
Did you think Jello would make the list?
I did not. What's going on with that?
In 1962 Jello, we have 2 cards coming out of these Jello packs here. Ruben Phillies. Ruben Amaro with the Phillies. Nailed it. Haywood Sullivan with the A's. How about that?
Oh, my God.
Shout out to Jello Puddin'.
You think that's our boy up in Detroit?
It's got to be. It's got to be
Right.
Detroit Mike coming through.
Look at this Ty Law 2018 Impeccable Victory Gold Super Bowl 36 auto, numbered to 10.
Impeccable makes a fine product. Like if you're someone who has only seen Impeccable cards on an eBay search and thought, God, you know, it looks a little grainy, it's not for me, go buy one or see one in person, because these cards do pop. And you know, I'm a sucker for like the moments, the key moments, and this one being a Super Bowl victory. Yeah, I get behind that, even though it's Ty Law. I assume this is Patriots Ty Law, right?
Oh, yeah. And then a big set of cards that I have to think are our boy from Omaha.
Oh, Promo D. Yes. We've got a 2014. This is the one you're referring to, right? 2014 Bowman Chrome Blue Bubbles Refractor Alex Gordon for the Royals.
Yeah. Dude, Promo D is not one to mess around with.
No. Promo D goes hard. And when Promo D goes, you're going to see some things pop up on here. Mookie Betts. How about this one, though? This one catching my eye. Mookie Betts Prime at a museum. Game used jersey. I bet that's nice.
That's really nice. And then another Detroit Tigers milk cap set. That's got to be Mike. That's my boy.
Oh, yeah. Let's see.
I need photos of these.
You know, I could probably do a better job of preparing some photos with these. So how about for next week? You know, we're going to talk about this later, different ways to enjoy the hobby. And one of mine's going to be about content. So, you know, Ricky, you speak and it will come to fruition.
And if it does, that's great. If you can reasonably do it. But I'm also talking to the listeners. Send us your photos. We want to see them.
They're not going to do it. Here's the thing about our listeners. They're great about clicking the affiliate link. We love you all.
And that's all we need.
They're more about, you know, they like to do that and collect their cards. They're not always so great about sending them to us, but we love them each and every time you do it.
If you guys want to, send them in. We'll highlight them.
I like it. So it's a pretty good list. Should we find ourselves a winner?
Yeah.
Now, while we do that, and I pull up random.org, Ricky, I'm going to paste a comment here from the live chat. Why don't you read that and talk about that while I prepare this?
So if it rolls forward again, is that 150? No, by Chad's math, and he evidently made this rule when he was not near an abacus. It goes to 175. God. It doubles plus 25. And then 325. Well, no, it goes because it's 75.
Oh my God. It would go to 375.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to talk about a cap here. All right.
Should have thought of that a while ago.
Well, kids, you don't want Christmas this year? This is how you do it.
Yeah. Or if you want to steal, it's kind of like the Beast games. If you want to steal Secret Santa from all the other listeners and take all the money, you get to do it. The rules allow.
Just know you'll forever be the heel.
Yeah, it'd be 175, but then it would go 370. Dude, then it would go 375.
Yes, it would. Lord. All right, let's find a winner for this week. Ricky, how many times are we rolling this thing?
375 times. Let's go with an even 4.
All right, let's see who we've got. Had you just gone 3, it would have been Vinny Pasquantino. However, you did not.
You know what, though? Dan's the kind of guy that'd be a problem and pass it back again. So,
Promo D?
Yeah, fewer Dans may be safer for our wallet.
Here's the winner. Oh, no.
No! No! We traded one for another. Promo D. Back again.
2016 Topps Chrome Alex Gordon Green Refractor number 299 is the winner of this week. If in fact that was your card, please reach out to us either on this show program on the YouTube or through Pack to the Future podcast over on Instagram and let us know. And congratulations, you are the first of April's weekly winner for that $75 or rollover eBay gift card. Thank you each and every one of you who used our promo code this week. This show is recorded Thursday evening. I pulled this list just before. If you are seeing it on YouTube and you do not see your card, you did not do it correctly, reach out to us and I'd be happy to try and walk you through it. Thank you to everyone.
Excellent. And, you know, this is kind of just hit on me this round. A big thank you to anyone that's done it ever. That any one time helps us.
It does.
But we are seeing consistently week after week people buying several different cards through this program.
Yeah.
There's no cap on how many times you can use this link. It doesn't cost you anything if you use it multiple times. Fire it away. Like, we cannot thank you guys that do this over and over. You are everything to us. So thank you.
The chat is rolling in deep. And one last reminder here before we move on with more business that please join us if you can each and every Thursday evening at 6:45-ish Pacific time, which is like sometime around 12:15 a.m. I think in the East Coast. I don't know. It could be 9:45, but try and join us each and every week on YouTube for this chat, which is blowing up right now. All right. So there's our eBay winner of the week. Ricky, we've got a lot more business now.
Oh, yeah. I feel like this is good business music. I know we're kind of blending the two shows.
Oh yeah.
But this is good
put it in
business music.
Do you have this playing in like the background of your house? Just like
Yes.
speakers going on?
Whenever I walk out of my bedroom, it has to play.
Oh boy. All right. Well, we've got a couple of things that I want to go through. Ricky, stop me at any point as we do this. So just some show business. We had some updates and people reach out to us from our show last week when we discussed which card show we should try to attend this coming summer. You know, we had some people that were pretty bummed out that we eliminated a couple of shows. And, you know, I appreciate each and every one of you. We're sorry, and we hope to meet up with you at another show in the future. We did have another honorable mention of a card show that I did not post for discussion.
Okay.
But I think it's worth mentioning, especially for our East Coast people. This was shared from fan of New York Rangers, also known as Ranger Mike, going into the well of fandom of
Dude,
PTTF
throwback.
days. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So what we have here, Ricky, I'm showing up on the screen, is the EC3 convention, East Coast Collectibles Convention. This is June 20th and 21st, and taking place at the Mohegan Sun Expo Center. You might say? Does the Mohegan Sun sound like perhaps a place of note?
It does. It sounds familiar, if you will.
Does it sound like casino?
It sounds exactly like casino.
It is at a casino.
What?
How about that?
That is insane.
I mean, he knows who he's talking to here. The promo that I have shown up here from Instagram on their account, EC3Con, it advertises sports, Pokemon, TCG, special guests with 325 vendor tables, buying, selling, and trading. Kids under 12 get in for free. General admission is $20. The show runs Saturday and Sunday. You can get a little bit early bird admission with a little extra price. And it also looks as though they're having some additional dates in September, November of this year, and then even more coming in 2027.
And it's kind of hidden. They even have a trade night Saturday night.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they do. It is buried right in there. Got it. And that's in, it's somewhere in Connecticut. I don't know the name of this city, and I don't even venture to try to destroy that. But, you know, you can see this here on our YouTube. I'll try and remember to put it up in our show notes as well. But if you're an East Coast person, you know, this could be a strong offering for you.
Very, very. That would be awesome. If we got enough people going, dude, if Hoops Hobby Hangout rushed the show like they were DX coming out of nowhere, interrupting our show, that might be kind of fun.
And people are saying Junkie should be in on this show.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You know Junkie's already out there.
God, he's been like suspiciously quiet the last 10 days too. Like he could be en route to the show. Like he could have just started driving out there just to get there on time.
There's a very good chance he is.
Ricky, next item of business to get to, our show chat, super secret show chat that has spawned from our Secret Santa participation each and every year. Got a little cheeky with our discussion last week about the Tigers and the Dodgers.
Yeah, we got a bunch of smart asses that listen to this show.
Now, I'm going to lean on you. You're a legal guy. You know, I do the sicknesses, you do the legalities. You want to talk about this one?
I would love to. So it was thrown out. The question was asked, hey, what happens? You guys talked about in your contract that if the Tigers are the first team to 50 wins, then Chad loses. And if the Dodgers are the first team to 50 wins, then Ricky loses. They started asking, hey, they started asking, hey, what if some other team gets 50 games before both of your teams? And that created a quandary. And I was rip-ass pissed about it. And I screamed at everyone, no, absolutely not. One of us is going to suffer. But the more I think about it, and the more I look at the fact that the Tigers have only won 4 games after being swept by the Twins today, and your Dodgers are sitting at a healthy 9 games.
Oh, yeah.
Legally, I think that they're right, that if another team hits 50, I think we got to call it all off.
Get out. Call it all off. No. See, this is where these attorneys will get you. No. Either we're both getting screwed or just one of us is getting screwed.
The bet's going. The bet is going forward. If another team hits 50 before neither of our teams, no, we're not both pay. What, do you want to both pay the bet? I'll do a double payoff. I vote it's a 2-team race.
I think it should be a 2-team race as well. However, I am like, as people know, we will sell ourselves in order for people to be humored. And so I don't know what it would take for both of us to just be destroyed on a show, but I'm open to the possibility that we open it up to everyone. All right.
We can.
But I'm going to need to be convinced.
Yeah, you got it. Dude, Merle is my boy, but he's killing me today. He has been messaging me nonstop, Twins memes. And he's just asking, what if the Tigers don't win 50? That's a real possibility, Merle. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, see, I mean, people are commented that we're screwed.
I love you, Merle, but I don't like you very much at the moment.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, no, we need some good ideas on what we can do, on what we can do to open this up and make it a little more interesting. Yeah, okay, we got to move on. Merle's gonna destroy.
We do. Let's move
yes,
forward.
The Tigers are below the White Sox. Yes, I'm considering getting on my roof tonight, but I won't. Oh my God, I hate baseball.
All right. Speaking of these two guys in our show chat right now, let's try and get through these next couple here shortly. Ricky, we got to figure out another prize and another giveaway. PTTF announced a college basketball bracket. several weeks ago, just before the playoff. And congratulations to our winner, which I did not verify. I simply took our show chat as gospel, that Kenny won the March Madness bracket, I believe.
You don't mess with Kenny. If you enter a competition with Kenny, look out.
So for those of you who've been listening, you know Kenny is a great listener. You know, Kenny and I shared a very lovely, intimate moment at National last year with a cocktail over in the cocktail lounge.
Oh, yes.
Kenny is a big fan of the Pittsburgh Steelers, big user of the affiliate link, which we appreciate. Let's let the listeners of the show pick his prize.
Oh, I like this a lot.
I'm just going to leave it at that. You've got 1 week until the time we record our next show. Send us a message on Instagram, Pack to the Future Podcast, and or email it to us, packtothefuturepodcast@gmail.com. Leave us a little note here on the YouTubes, a comment. What should Kenny's prize be for winning the March Madness bracket? I think we had, a dozen entries? I don't know, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Nothing.
No, not at all. And this was a tough March Madness to predict.
Yes, it was.
Lastly,
one other thing that I've got here.
Yeah, I was going to take exception with the fact that in our show notes you call Merle a loser. But you know what? The way he's talking tonight, I got to agree. Just kidding.
A couple of weeks ago, our hockey clubs faced off against each other. And I want to say this was when I was still back in Utah, I think. Because I remember sitting on the couch and I hit him up, said, hey, these are our teams. Like, we're going to make it interesting. And so one thing led to another. And we ended up making a bet that the loser had to buy a card for the winner of the loser's choosing. So Merle lost the bet, sent this over to me. And I think in the meantime, Merle had sent me some screenshots that he was entering breaks trying to win me a card.
Oh, my God. Merle, don't do that.
Which just it made me laugh and it put the biggest smile on my face. So he sent me this box, which somehow did make it to me here in Vancouver. And in true Chad fashion, I didn't bring a knife or anything to open this.
Of course not.
No, why would I?
No.
And so we're going to attempt to open this. And let's see what's inside. God, maybe I should point this away from my face. I don't know.
Oh, I'm impressed you got it opened.
Oh, yeah.
Look at you.
Okay, so we've got a card here. It appears to be maybe in a mag.
All right.
Maybe a top loader. It's thick. Thank you. Got some bubble wrap here. Ooh, I see a card numbered to 10.
Oh, dude. We don't deserve you like Merle.
Oh, dude. Yes. This is my guy. This is my favorite player on the Mammoth. Oh, hell yeah. Merle. By God. Okay. This could not be a better hockey gift. Okay. This is a black diamond stars
make your screen.
Dylan Gunther.
Make your screen full screen if you can, Chad. Dude.
Dylan Gunther is my favorite player on the Mammoth. He is by far and away. He will be a future captain. He is an incredible goal scorer. And this is his autograph, but with the Utah Mammoth jersey, numbered 7/10. I don't know how many autographs he has in a true Utah Mammoth or hockey club jersey.
And it appears
this is incredible, man.
A nice little on card right there. Across his chest. Oh, that's so cool.
It is on a little sticker, but you can barely see it. But boy, that's a beautiful card.
But even to that point, it's such a good sticker. I can't tell. It looks on card.
Oh,
that is an amazing card. And
that is so cool.
Way too nice of you, Merle.
And he also sent me a Topps Chrome refractor of Freddie Freeman.
Oh, dude.
Look at that.
Baseball Chad strikes again.
Oh, yeah. That's the best bet I've made in a while. So, Merle, thank you. Thank you very much.
Awesome. What an awesome guy. I love Merle.
That's fantastic. All right, that's a lot of business for the weekend. Guys, some homework for you. We're going to look forward to hearing what you have to say for Kenny Benson's pickup. Ricky, why don't you cue up some music to transition us into segment 1, where we are going to drop some dynamite news. And before you hit that, there's a love note in here from Merle. I don't know if I should read it on the air.
Do it. Do it. You can't pre-read it.
We'll read it on next week's show.
Fair.
You know I can't read. I'm trying to do that on the air. Like, my God. Merle, next time, pictures. Pictures, buddy. All right, Ricky, hit us with some music, and let's get into some big-time hobby news. All right. Ricky, usually this is the time where we talk about our weeks, but in this week, my God, like just through social media alone, I kept seeing banger after banger of hobby news.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and roll right into that. I'll begin on this, and what a perfect way to start and transition from our Utah Mammoth card to remind people that coming up this weekend on April 11th is National Hockey Card Day. As you can see here on our YouTube, Upper Deck is sponsoring this. So free trading cards on April 11th, they declare. Get a free pack of Upper Deck NHL trading cards on National Hockey Card Day. Fans can visit participating hobby shops to get National Hockey Card Day packs Saturday, April 11th. Please be sure to share your National Hockey Day cards on social media by tagging us and using the hashtag NHCD. And then on their website that I'm showing, you can look for participating hobby shops, retail shops, and also see about some contest rules as well. I know that Overtime Cards, your local card shop, is going to be participating in this. You can stop by and get a pack. They were promoting it on their social media.
Nice.
They say that you can get PWHL insert set, and there's even a chance of an Ivan Demidov Rookie Moments card.
Wow.
How about that? Oh, yeah. So some nice stuff here.
That's pretty big.
It's pretty cool.
That is really cool. So Topps recently had their industry summit, industry conference, and dropped a lot of hobby news. The biggest of note is they talked a bit about football, and they really highlighted the fact that they're going to be working to bring back game used jerseys and footballs. Game used. Now they say they're going to like have some sort of program that gets these items straight from the locker room to Fanatics in some way, shape, or form. But not many other details beyond that has been released yet. They did announce 6 products in total where you're going to see, I believe these 6 products are where you're going to see the rookie class this year. I don't know if that means there are additional products to these 6 that may not include rookies, or if they are strictly sticking to the 6 products for the year. It would surprise me if that's the case. You got Topps Chrome Cosmic, Topps Finest, Topps Chrome Black. I'm not sure what these other 2 are on the side. They're higher end cards of Topps.
The Signature is a box that I opened actually with Sarah up here. Signature is an okay product. You're going to get on-card rookie autos. I pulled a Caleb Williams out of there. And then the art, I forget the name of it. I should have looked this up ahead of time, but they did release it last year, just unbranded.
Is it maybe? Oh, no, it's not royalty, is it?
No, that one's not royalty. I'll go ahead and pull it up as you're going through. But the offerings here are very nice, like good stuff. People are familiar with them. The 4 on the left, the 2 on the right, just as we suspected that they were trialing them before they got the license.
Yep.
I'm excited for these.
I'm really excited. And honestly, I'd take it a step further. I think they ought to release only 6 products of football in the year. I think that could get interesting.
I completely agree with you. I think Resurgence was the other one.
There you go.
6 would make it small number. Go chase these cards. It's cleaner. You're not getting a product every month. You're not going to get things beaten to death. I would like that. And really what I would like more than anything is if they kept that consistency each and every year.
Oh, totally. Completely agree with you.
I just don't know that I see a super high end out of this. Topps Chrome Black, perhaps a higher end of Topps Chrome. I don't know that, but it would make me wonder if Topps Supreme is going to come back or if something else will be there that's of higher end.
I suspect it will. like I say, I think it's hard. It was kind of hard to research this. I believe those 6 items, those products are what the rookie class will be in. And that would lead me to think there will be more other products, but we will see. Now, one thing of note with the game use patches, both NFL and the NBA, for that matter, are following in Major League Baseball's footsteps and offering premier patches. These are like your rookie debuts in baseball that they then strictly put into cards. And I think WWE even did this earlier on. Is to represent, their premiere date. They go into 101 cards. They're going to have Jackson Dart, Travis Hunter. They've got some big names from this year's rookie class. All 1-of-1s. I think these are pretty cool. I think they represent, a big moment and are meaningful. I think this is kind of a smart move, even though it's tailored just for these cards. It is a patch that they wore and played in. So I dig it. What do you think about these premier patches? I don't love the fact they spell premier with the number 1 in the middle. But
yeah, Max is pretty fired up about it. I don't know if you heard it. Like, he heard you talking about it, and he sprinted in there in the other room to go get a pack.
Yeah,
I like these. We talked about these when they came out for baseball. A lot of people complained that they were gimmicky. I was all on board with them then. I'm all on board with these now, because as we go through these draft classes, if you get, you're going to get a Hall of Famer that's going to pop up over the next couple of years, or maybe multiple in a year. And when you look back 20 or 30 years and you can go and say, wow, check out this patch that I had from this Hall of Famer's rookie year, that's pretty damn cool. And that's going to be a very significant piece. I think we're going to look at something that, if we have any semblance of the card world of what it is now in the future, these are going to be just massive cards. So I love it. I love that they're doing it. I know not everyone agrees, but I don't care. For me, I like it. I'm all in.
And I'm changing my tune on it. I think I kind of slammed it at first. I really dig it. But here's the other interesting thing that they mentioned in addition. If you'll click over to the slide one more photo.
Yeah, sure thing.
Gold NFL Shield patches.
Oh, yeah.
Now, they do reference that they are going to be game used. But here's the interesting thing. The autographs are 101. Non-autographs are numbered to 3. So they must have either gotten 4 jerseys that are game used, which, if that's true, is incredible, or they're going to screw us over. And you got to watch this carefully.
It could be the case. I think of note with these gold shields is, take a look at this. They're highlighting people who have won awards. So Josh Allen, the MVP, and then you have the offensive defensive player of the year, and then the rookies of the year as well. Like, how cool is that? Again, this is someone in my mind who is in the hobby to some degree and said, what is the coolest thing that we could do that involved a game used patch and an on-card autograph? And people who are football fans, this is what you do.
Oh yeah. It's super cool. Other things worth of note: Topps Chrome Football is going to do a buyback program again for Matt Stafford. You can redeem his cards that you hit in Topps Chrome product for anywhere from $20 to $200, depending on the card. But yeah, that covered most of the football. They had some fun other kind of announcements with relation to wrestling that we'll touch on in a moment. Some fun baseball products with Bowman. They're coming out with a gold auto numbered to 15, I believe. So they had some pretty interesting announcements come out. I will note, the one thing I do have to talk about, the Topps Chrome, I send it over to you. Topps Chrome Football is going to have Tecmo Super Bowl licensed cards. And Chad and I need them. They're going to be autographed and non-autographed. And dude, here's the killer. Bo Jackson, who is Tecmo Bowl, he has his own set of cards that he releases with athletes called Bo Jackson's Battle Arena. He just not that long ago announced that they were doing a Tecmo Bowl version, and he has them autographed. They're unlicensed, so in a way they almost look more like the game, but
yeah,
I need a license. How pissed do you think Bo Jackson is in this? I don't really care because it's incredible, but dude.
Yeah, these cards are pretty incredible. And that autograph, so the Josh Allen that's being featured here, it's so damn cool. To me, give me this over the Kabooms
Oh yeah.
any day of the week. Like, I think Topps did a really good job with this Topps Chrome, and it appears that they've knocked it out of the park. The autographs, from what I can tell, we'll preview this at some point on Card Talk with Mrs. Doc coming up, but the cards are on card autograph, and you have inserts like this. You have a chance at a massive guy's home run. And the last thing from my end, Ricky, we'll do this part real quickly before we move on to the WWE release and the hobby news, but the hobby boxes will go on sale through the Topps website on April 15th. So mark your calendars. That will be before next week's episode. April 15th. Can be tricky to get those boxes, but go try and get one. Ricky, I'm certainly going to try and get one for both of us because that would be so much fun to rip just based off what we're seeing here.
Oh, so fun. And then we have to get our hands on the insert set of these Tecmo to find out all the cards. Because I sent you, there's a Elway. And you convinced me we weren't doing the show tonight because you were so upset.
Oh, yeah. I fired it in there on you.
And I'm so sorry. I totally stepped on your toes. I got confused in the different chromes that we're covering. So I'm sorry for stepping over on the chrome football.
No, you're good, man. We got to move along. So let's keep it rolling.
WWE chrome WWE hobby boxes go on sale April 10th, just in time for WrestleMania coming up in 1 week.
Yeah. That, those first day issue boxes went so quickly. I wanted to simply put it on the show this week because those boxes come out tomorrow. And if you're a WWE fan at all, go get on the Topps website and, get set up for that notification. I understand that those go very quickly. I don't think I'm going to be able to jump on there. I think I've got a training that I got to be at. But Ricky, that's something that if you get time, you should look at. I'll certainly see if Sarah's got time to try and get us a couple boxes. But it would be fun if we could get them and maybe have them in time for WrestleMania. I don't know about that turnaround, but those are always fun to have.
It would be super fun. Just want to highlight a couple things. We've talked about this product before. You've got the Signals insert, Signals with a Z. They look really cool. There's like it's like blurred lines. Like when you see the time lapse photography of freeways, it looks like those like laser lights going in lines all over behind the wrestler. They look really cool. You've got alternate personas, as I mentioned to you off air. R-Truth is K-Quick, his first wrestler. So you get their previous characters. And then briefly at that Topps Summit, they did announce WWE Royalty. 6 autograph cards coming out May 1st. We're going to have to cover that coming up here in a future episode.
Yes, we will. God, I'm excited for that.
Oh yeah.
Some good stuff.
Well, there's your big hobby news. Anytime
That's a lot of news. That's good stuff. I like it.
Yeah. Let's get it out of here and move over to how do you enjoy the hobby?
Not so much anymore.
Yeah.
And when trying to come up with a topic for the main part of the program here, I realized that this past couple of weeks, every time that I try and engage with things, it's just led me to be frustrated. So I want to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah.
Because to be honest with you, it's fun seeing my cards go up in Card Ladder's collection, but also trying to collect the way that I've traditionally collected in the last little while, not just the last few weeks, has frankly made me mad as hell.
Yeah.
Now, last week we did a seller shout out and highlighted a few key scumbags in the hobby that have started my rage, including Deputy Dog trying to get a key 1-of-1 Ronnie Brewer for his collection, which, update, I have run out of eBay offers to the seller. He never responded. I tried to just buy the card for him. And, the offer goes through. It's not like I'm min bid rejected and just no response.
Huh. Must not really want to sell the card, I guess.
We talked about Carter. He had a huge card that got sent to him, and the card was bent in half. It seemed like it even had a weird autograph issue going on with it as well. That was pretty frustrating. But I want to highlight what really drove my frustration, because I suspect that other people have had the same experience as well? And if so, I want to hear about it. So the first part's going to be very particular to me, but I think people can relate to it. And then I want to talk about why it's so damn frustrating. But we're going to pivot on this and not make it just so frustrating focused, but also with some ways that you can still enjoy the hobby and maybe one or two solutions to the frustrations that I've had in case people are actually listening out there. Sound like a plan?
Love it.
All right. So let me show you something. Let me show you something that has got me fired up. A couple weeks ago, I talked about some cards I was going after. Ricky, here's Exhibit A. We've talked about this. This was a 1997 Pinnacle, totally certified platinum gold. It was up for auction on Fanatics Weekly. I showed it to you, Ricky, and you said, hey, this card's a total Sando. I want nothing to do with it. You shouldn't buy it.
Yeah.
Okay, fair. Card sold for $720. Is that a problem? No. It can sell for whatever it wants to sell for. That card sold on March 29th, as you can see here on the card ladder.
Okay.
The next, oh, do I not have this one? I don't. Please hold.
You're good. You're good.
The frustrating aspect with this is that just days later, this card, here we are. See this card?
Get out of here.
Look familiar. 1997, totally certified platinum gold Terrell Davis on Fanatics Collect on its Buy It Now feature for $1,200.
Do you think they're selling them on eBay and using that price to then justify that it's a more valuable card for Fanatics or something? Like what?
This person bought it on Fanatics and then they just turned around and immediately listed as a Buy It Now for $500 more. And you could say, hey, maybe this is a one-off. But no, it's not a one-off because you know what other card I've been following? How about the 1999 Skybox Premium Shining Star Rubies you may recall me talking about, which sold on Fanatics Weekly for $3,100 on March 29th.
Yeah.
Why is this one frustrating, you may ask? Oh, because the same exact card then went up on Fanatics Buy It Now less than a week later for $6,000 Buy It Now.
What is going on?
Oh, don't worry. There's one more because guess what? I say, okay, let me pivot and look at Disney. So how about this one? This is on eBay. 2025 Topps Chrome, Mickey Mouse, gold mini diamonds, good looking cards. A PSA 8, it's numbered to only 50. This card sold for $85.
Okay.
Oh, that was on April 2nd, just days ago. Oh, don't worry. You can find the card on eBay now for $199 for the exact same card. My beef with this was all within just over the past week where 3 separate cards all went up, were purchased, and then immediately get relisted for a higher price that is almost double on 2 out of the 3 of them. And what makes me so damn mad at this is I think you're seeing an influx of either flippers or people who are just not true collectors that are here. And how do you combat it? Because the prices just go up and up and up and up. And if you get someone who buys this, mistakenly, like my dad bought a baseball card the other day. He didn't consult with me on pricing first. It was a Buy It Now. You get someone who buys that, then they set that as the next threshold. The next card goes to auction. It just goes up and up and up, and prices seem to continuously follow that.
Yeah.
And I don't know how you stop that trend, which is why it has been so frustrating for me, even over the past week alone, seeing this.
Yeah, and there's not much you can do. It has to be the hobby as a whole saying, no, we won't pay that price. And costing them money. But until that happens, and there's always going to be an idiot that thinks they can make a killing by spending 4 times the price of a card.
It's had me really rethink, how do we have fun in this hobby? We're going to provide a possible solution to the conundrum I just said here in just a moment. But I think it's important to also flip this conversation as opposed to me just complaining about this and throwing my hands up in the air or overpaying and say, how do we do it? So, Ricky, I threw this out to you. You immediately popped in some ways, and you've got some thoughts on how to still enjoy this without just being constantly mad.
Sure. I think the and I'm probably talking to people that have closer to a hoarding collection than Chad's collection of a smaller one. And that's where I think both of us weighing in will kind of give some ideas that will help out someone. For me, it's reorganizing your collection, you know, and I think you could do that regardless of size. Decide how you want to order it. Decide how you want to reorganize, maybe putting them in different spaces together, maybe basketball together or favorite players together or PC. Go through your hoarded cards and buy the slab case and through our website and organize your cards into there. I've had a great time. I mean, it takes up a ton of time to go through those cards and decide, okay, which ones do I really want? Which ones do I want in here? And then you get to go back through all your collection and re-enjoy it while actively working on it. The other idea and thing I've been doing, consider grading just a few cards. You don't want to spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Take some of the cards you have that you'd like to see in some encased plastic and a good grade on it. Submit them. And then finally,
let's talk about that just for a second.
Sure.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I've had people reach out to me who I think have been a little hesitant on how to submit cards. Now, you are very fortunate in that Overtime Cards, so if you're in the Salt Lake area, that they do the regular submissions like you mentioned last week, and you can take them in, they'll take care of it for you. Now, if you have never done a submission of your own, sometimes it can be intimidating. Now, there are 1,000 videos that exist out there on how to submit your cards, but not everyone's a video person. And occasionally we still get people who reach out to us. So if you are uncertain how to submit your cards and you want help, you can always reach out to us on Instagram or our website. We're happy to walk it through with you. We've even done group submissions in the past just to make some fun out of it. And you know what? Maybe we do that again. I don't know. There's not necessarily need to do it, you know, to send it to us and then to do it, but it kind of makes it fun.
Yeah.
We like
totally
to mess
would
around
if people were interested. No, I think that's an excellent thing to talk about, because I'll be honest, you always submitted the cards that I got graded. I don't think I submitted a single order, maybe one in my life. So I have felt very lost, even though I come on here and talk about it every week. So I guess that's good for people to know. If you think like, hey, I'm the only one that doesn't get this, you're not. I struggle with that. And I want to try and learn it at some point. But it can be an overwhelming process unless you start taking it step by step.
Yeah. Sure.
So if we can be of help, please reach out. We want to help people enjoy the hobby, and you're not bugging us, and we'd happily help you walk through the steps. And hell, if we got enough of a response to this, I could see us even doing a quick 30-minute live show on a Saturday or a random day and just say, okay, we're going to walk you all through it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You just keep Tim away with his scissors and his turtle polish or whatever in the world he's doing.
Yeah, watch out for Junkie Tim.
Yeah, we don't need any of that in our lives.
And then finally, increase your wish list to stay active. And what I mean by that is it's similar to when you're single, right? You tell your single guy friends, and they're like, oh, or girls, and I just want to find love. I just want to find love. Well, why don't you date 5 or 10 people at a time, and then you don't get so fixated waiting for that one person to text you back because you're texting other people. Same idea applies here. Now, if you are searching for more cards, chances are you're going to find more cards that you may be able to pick up. And if you're like me, I like to go after my big name cards. They tend to be my main list, the pricier ones. But then I like to try and veer off a little bit. Maybe go for some Jeff Malones. Maybe go for some University of Utah players. Find the part of your PC that might be a bit cheaper. Complete a set if that's your thing. Look for ways to buy some of these cards at a much cheaper rate, and that are cards that are not so heavily focused on as for these investor bros to go buy and then just relist them at double the price.
I like that a lot. And Ricky, even you saying that, we didn't talk about this ahead of time, but it's given me some ideas, even for future shows, you know, of expanding your search. Maybe we'll talk about that next week, but
that would be fun. I mean, and here's a good example. You and I in these wrestling cells. I mean, this one's a little bit more pricey. I probably overpaid, frankly, but it's really low numbered. but these were like, on average, you can get the base or like a numbered one for like $20-$30. Like and they're still super cool.
It's funny because again, we didn't collaborate on these, but I'll take that right into mine. And part of my number one was start exploring other auction platforms. You know, I am so fixated on eBay. It's so easy for me to look through eBay. I've already talked about my frustration with a couple of eBay sellers, right? They were part of my eBay frustrations, or part of my frustrations was with eBay. And so I've started downloading other apps for auction houses. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to have to go spend more money, but it's discovering different cards that we didn't know existed. So I'm pulling up Fanatics, I'm pulling up Alt, just to explore, so that the times that I'm bored, I'm not necessarily wanting to spend money, I can still peruse and perhaps see something different that's outside of the zone of comfort.
Yeah.
So it's funny that ours align there. So that's my number one. My number two. I put this in here. Take your cards on a date. Now, I try to do this once a month. Once a month, you sit down, you clear time. You don't want to be distracted. You don't want to be doing other things. You want to give your full attention to your cards.
Yeah.
You sit down, you've got all your chores done. You've got all your things on your to-do list taken care of, so that you're not stressed. Like if the moment comes up, you don't want to like not be performing well.
Yeah.
You get your cards out. You get yourself a nice glass of red or a nice Diet Coke, you know, whatever it is. You put on a nice TV program, turn up the fire a little bit, dim the lights, and you just go through your cards and you admire what you have. And I know we've talked about this in years past of admiring them, but you take your cards out, you show them a little love, a little TLC. And in turn, they give it back to you. They give you the love that you need. They get the juices flowing. They get your heart pumping and keeps your love for the hobby throbbing and thriving. It can be, you know, I joke, but like, obviously anyone who's watching here on YouTube can still see that like the house that we're renting is far smaller than what we were used to. And I'm living a life here in boxes, right? Like this is our shared office, but the things that I do have out, that's my Zion case. And that's like my high-end case right there. And I've got my safe right here. And even just a couple of days ago, when I was kind of missing Utah, I was like, man, like I'm not buying these cards. I wish I was out there. I think it's for like hockey game and like going out to the PSA event at overtime. I pull out my cards and it's so easy to do. It can bring back that hobby love. So that's number two for me.
Great. Excellent.
The last one. I started exploring more card content. Now, I don't want you guys to go explore different content. I want you guys to listen to Ricky and I. And we put out 3 shows a week. I want you guys to like the show. I want you guys to share the show with someone else. And, you know, it brings us warm fuzzies when we see people reach out to us or new listeners enjoy the show. But for me, I've done the same thing. And, you know, when I'm going out to take the dogs for a walk, when I'm doing chores around the house and I just throw in a podcast, I want to be able to listen to it. And sometimes you'll get different perspectives and get you again out of that comfort zone, Ricky, that you mentioned, and lets you explore new things to still keep you happy in this hobby while you're waiting to buy some more cards, which we all love.
No, I think that's excellent advice. And I'm happy to see that we came up with 3 different ways that all seem to kind of complement one another too.
Oh yeah. You know, I'm always been more of a wine 'em, dine 'em guy. And so, you know, you've always been like, hey, reach out to 5 or 10 people. And mine's like, hey, let's admire what we got right here. And that's just how we are.
Yep. Nope. It just, whatever your style is, we've got something for you.
Now, that's not all. So we came up with our list, but I want to go back to my call out about my crying of these people who are flipping cards that I want for double the price.
Yeah.
Ricky, we both had a little bit, it looks like we both had some thoughts here on how to improve this.
Yeah. I like, you start with yours.
Here's my thought. I think this is very simple. eBay, Fanatics, all auction houses. Hopefully the examples I gave were very clear, very simple to understand. If my brain can understand it, so can yours. Put a limit on how long a card needs to be held before it can be relisted. I put a price point on it. if it makes it easier for you, I don't care. Put cards above $500, $1,000, put it above $75. It doesn't matter. But Fanatics, like, your auction house is specifically designed to sell these cards. Don't let someone who has just purchased a card through auction flip it for double the price like the next day. Yeah. Your goal and your declaration is that you want to 10x the hobby. Well, people aren't going to stay in the hobby if they're trying to collect cards and all they see is people flipping the card that they just lost, and they're pissed off about that they lost, and they're bummed out that they lost, only for that card to reappear for a significantly higher price. That will keep no one in the hobby. Put a time limit. Make these people wait 60 days, 90 days, 6 flipping months. I don't care.
Yeah.
Put a time limit on it.
I agree. If you know, and it wouldn't be that hard. Just freeze out the cards that you sell on your platform for 6 months. Like,
you know, it's an arbitrary number, but yeah, just freeze
or whatever it is, you know, or 60 days. Yeah. Like, similarly, and I know they won't do this because why would you spend money to fix something when you've got droves and droves of fans coming to your sites already?
Yep. But
they owe us. I'm going to go so far. We have brought so much money as collectors to these platforms. I'm talking primarily about eBay. They owe us better investigations of this crap, and ought to self-police their own sites, especially Fanatics. When you're seeing it pop up, that's so easy to track that and catch that and say, what the hell's going on here? We're going to start talking to some people and figure out what exactly is happening. This is not good for your website, Fanatics. I know you think it is because prices are just raising and raising, and that just means the hobby's so good. It's not. You got a bunch of Investabras buying a bunch of cardboard to them that they don't care about or know about. Really, it's going to pop, and then you're going to have a very pissed off, loyal hobby fan base. But what do I know? I'm just Mr. eBay.
Touche. You know it all. That's why you've got your name. If they knew what they were doing, they'd listen to these two guys.
Yeah, but we shall see. We did talk with Ruben at the National.
Yeah, we did.
So maybe he'll reach out and join us on the show so we can have a summit on the state of the hobby.
Yeah, next week.
All right. Well, it's been another fun show for Chad. I'm Ricky, the relisted Fanatics card at twice the price, wishing all of you a one of one night.
No! All right, we got to talk about the transition.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, we talked about this pre-shows, pretty big deal. From this day forth,
yeah,
Bright Light, Big City, Kansas City Dan has a new name. Due to grievances filed by many members, mostly me and my multiple angers in our super secret show chat, and the constant promotions. And, you know, this is a private chat. We're getting spammed, you know, every 2 weeks. We're getting spammed for an entire day. It just happens to be the day Brewer Baker podcast drops. So henceforth, is that a legal term?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Promo D.
And in long form, it's